Yo, this MC12 from Mic Check Monday. Thanks for tuning in to the YouTube channel, and we about to get right into this 2017 XXL freshman list. It's the 10th anniversary of it. It's always a lot of build up, but you know, some people was upset, some people was happy. It was titled Generation Next, and it was a lot of new faces that's go around. You know, last year you had Kodak Black. He was one of the standouts that was locked up, but let's just go ahead and get into who's on there this year. So you got Kamaya, relatively new face again. She was featured on YG's album that came out this year with Fuck Donald Trump on it, but she was on the single with Drake, Please, Please Tell Me Why You Always Hate, Why You Hate. I think it was cool that she was on there. I'm not really big familiar on her, but I know she did put out a mixtape, and it was bubbling a little bit on the West Coast, though I'm not 100% too familiar. Then you got A Boogie with the Hoogie. He had a song that was extremely popular on the East Coast. He signed a deal with Atlantic Records recently. Had a song with Kodak Black that did numbers and everything. So I'm not too big on him, young guy. I know he's with Don Q. That's who I like a lot. I really was thinking Don Q should have been on the list too, though. And then you have Made and Toyo, and he got a song on the radio right now, Skateboard P. And actually, him and his brother, they was trying to be on the XXL freshman list this year. They was trying to be the first real brothers. And his brother is 24 Hours, formerly known as Rolls Royce Rizzy. He had signed the deal with So Def. And I guess things didn't pan out, but now he reinvented himself as kind of like a rappery, singery person called 24 Hours. And yeah, he signed the Private Club, their own little record label. So I think that's cool. Made and Toyo has a song called Skateboard P with Big Sean on the radio, and he blew up from another popular song called Uber Everywhere, and had Travis Scott on the remix. So, and then you got Playboy Cardi. Playboy Cardi, he just performed at Summer Jam with Chris Brown last night. He just released his mixtape. He's actually signed to a label. I'm not sure what kind of label it is, but it's something involving with A$AP Rocky. AWGE. It's like A$AP Rocky's creative thing that he does shows, and I guess it's a label for. And he had a little weird situation because he's been signed to Interscope for a while, and they've been building him up, but you know, he hasn't really put out too much music. And when he put out his debut project maybe 3 weeks ago, he had, you know, songs with Lil Uzi Vert or whatever, but you know, he's cool or whatever. You know, the young kids like him. Extension, the little guy from Florida who had the song Whipping My Dick in My Pants or something like that. But you know, he just got knocked out of his show in California from some beef he having with some other local guys or whatever. That's really the only song I know by him. I don't really think he should have been, you know, on the cover per se, but he has a real big cult following, lots of followers on Instagram, and he's going on tour. And then you have this guy named Kyle, and he has a song that's killing radio right now, all over radio with Lil Yachty, I Spy With My Little Eye. And so, you know, that's literally the only song I know by him, but it's blowing up the radio, so I guess, you know, that's why he got his spot on there. And another guy, Mexican, I believe, his name is Cap G, and he had a song, Girlfriend. I just made a with your girlfriend, something like that. But yeah, he's actually signed to Pharrell's I Am Other label, and he was also in the movie called Dope, which is pretty cool. And I think he has a song with Chris Brown, and he was on that Hell of a Night tour with the last Chris Brown tour or whatever. So Cap G, he was on there. And now we about to get to the two people who I have no fucking clue who they are. A dude named Ugly God and another dude named Amine. A-M-I-N-E. I don't know if, because I know for the 10th spot they usually have somebody come. I mean, they let the fans order. So a lot of the, it had to be one of these two. I mean, I'm getting older now. I'm not in my young 20s or 19. So maybe y'all youngsters on YouTube can get in the comments and tell me, why these guys are on there though. But I'm from Baton Rouge. You might be able to see it in my shirt. So my whole city was extremely pissed off about, one particular person being left off on there, and I was too. And that was an NBA YoungBoy. He had this song 38 Baby that was all over YouTube, and he's been doing this thing, independently. I believe he just signed a deal with Atlantic Records. I heard a lot of, confirmation, unconfirmed news with that though. But I really believe XXL dropped the ball by not putting NBA YoungBoy on there. His song went platinum, if I'm not mistaken, was on the Fast and the Furious soundtrack. And then XXL had made his last EP, his mixtape, Mind of a Maniac 2 Reloaded. He had a song on there called I Just Made a Play with Moneybagg Yo from CMG. And that started doing numbers and everything too. So I just thought for sure that XXL was going to put him up there. And he could have been, I guess, while they were shooting it, it could have been, I guess the next person that was incarcerated, because, just him being incarcerated shouldn't have been an issue, because last year Kodak Black, he was incarcerated and he was still able to make the issue. And YoungBoy got freed over a month ago, so he would have been able to, I don't know when they made the shoot, it looked pretty recent. But either way, I believe YoungBoy should have been on there. Yeah. Because so far to everything I said, I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention PNB Rock. PNB Rock is on there. And that's probably the one person, my favorite out the whole clique. He's been doing his thing for a while. He had a couple of he actually did a whole mixtape with Fetty Rock. I said Fetty Rock? Fetty Wap. The one-eyed guy from Jersey. But, PNB Rock has been killing features, and he has a real popular song called Selfish, and his album just came out. He's being managed by Kevin Lyles or whatever. Real good story. So I forgot about PNB Rock. That's my favorite person on there though. But yeah, NBA YoungBoy deserved his spot. I don't know what's going to be XXL's reasoning, because he had a lot of fans voting for him and stuff like that, but it's the 10th year of it, so, they try and do anything to be, still innovative and everything, because they don't even make their issues monthly anymore, so a lot of clickbait too, so, they was probably trying to reach for the youth. But does the XXL list still even hold any weight anymore? A lot of people strive to be on it, but a lot of people upset, but does it still mean anything? Does it still have that same weight when Lupe Fiasco was on there, or when Boosie was on there? Get in the comment box and let me know what you think. I don't know if I'm getting older, no disrespect to the other guys on there, but I only really enjoy listening to PNB Rock. I didn't listen to his mixtapes, I didn't heard his album. That's one person who I can consistently say on this list I didn't heard more of, and I would like to hear more of. Lots of these guys, okay, they didn't make a decent song, but they don't have a lot of replayability. But I'm an older cat, so maybe that's what the young folks is into now. But like I said, thanks for watching the video. Get in the comments. Let me know who you think should have been on the list, who deserves to keep their spot, and who y'all would like to see next. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. Peace.